Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am the Channeling Goddess. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a weekly reading. So this is from the week of October 26th to November 1st, right? So this is the week of All Hallows Eve and Day of the Dead. So there's a lot of energy going on this week. I will say the theme that I'm getting around the energy of this week is don't be afraid of the unknown, right? So we're going to get some cards. We're going to pull some cards to get some energy and see what messages Spirit has for us. But that's the theme that I'm getting. That at least that's what I got in meditation. So we're going to go with it, okay? Now, before we get started, it is helpful that you tap into your own intuition and energy in order to get the messages that are meant for you in this reading. One of the ways I like to do this is by setting intentions that I see or hear something that lets me know I'm in the right reading. And then I also ground my own energy so that I can hear the messages that Spirit has for me. So I normally will put my feet in the grass and or take some mindful deep breaths. So I normally inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This just helps me get more in sync with the reading as well as with Spirit so that I can hear the messages that are meant for me. Okay, so if you are ready, get your tea, your water, your beer, whatever it is that you need, and we'll get started on the reading. Okay, let's see, let's pull a couple of cards. Spirit, can we get some cards for the week of October 26th to November 1st? What is it that we need to hear? What needs to be honored? What needs to be heard? What needs to be shared? What needs to be acknowledged? Okay, we have the Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. Then we have the 7 Star Sisters, Birth and Creation, Tapestry of Life, Expression. Okay, bottom deck energy is, hold on, Blue Flame. It says Spontaneous Awakening, Activation, Integration, Time. So I think that's why Spirit was telling me about the don't be afraid of the unknown. For some of us, there is going to be a lot that takes place this week. For some of us, it's going to be it's going to be around cosmic energy, because your first card here is a Cosmic Heart. It says Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. So for some of you, this is something that you prayed about. This unknown that's coming into your life is something that you prayed about. And Spirit is almost, it's going to sound weird, but it's almost like Spirit is giving you the opportunity to walk, to be, to live your life as a moving prayer, right? So some of you prayed for something. Now, here's the thing I want to highlight. Just because you prayed for it doesn't mean it's going to come in exactly the way you hoped it would. And I think that's why it feels like the unknown to so many of us, is because it didn't come in the form that we thought it was gonna come in, or it didn't come when we thought it was gonna come in. So now we're a little bit afraid, or there's some hesitation there. But Spirit is saying, I'm only giving you what you asked for. It just, for some of us, it feels like it's going to come in a very different package. It feels like it's going to come a very different way. And we may initially slam the door on it. And then maybe realize later, oh crap, that's what Spirit was trying to give me. And there may be some apology, or saying, look, Spirit, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what that was. I think this reading is coming as a warning to let you know that this is on its way to you, right? Your second card is Birth and Creation, Tapestry of Life, Expression. So a lot of you, this is about you coming in community with your family. And this doesn't mean your physical family. For some of you, it could be, but for me, it feels like your soul family. It feels like your ancestors that have passed on. It feels like those who look down, I don't want to say look down upon you, but those who are in your aura, who are followed by the stars. I don't know why I just said that, but that's what I'm hearing. Those who are followed by the stars. For some of you, you are going to meet a long lost sister, I'm hearing. But for others of you, this is you creating the family that you've always wanted, because we have birth and creations here. For some of you, you could go on a path of enlightenment, I'm hearing as well. For others of you, you could be creating something beautiful, For some of you, this is your family, right? You're creating that family that you've always wanted. This could mean actual pregnancy. This could mean that you're coming into community with certain people, and that's going to create your longtime family and friends. But there's something about community here, okay? Bottom deck energy is the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So for some of you, this may feel a bit spontaneous, and it could be why you hesitate a little bit, or a little, the reason why the unknown scares you a little bit, because it may feel like it happens out of nowhere. Maybe let's say you're praying for something. You say, Spirit, I would like $1 million. This is what I want to do with it. This is why I want the money. And then boom, it happens like that, right? And it may scare you. It also may come in a very different package than the way you thought it would come. So let's say you thought it would come by way of winning the lottery, but it comes because there is a lawsuit that you're involved in and somebody pays you $1 million, right? So it's like it comes out of nowhere. For some of you, this is going to feel very spontaneous, but it is part of your activation. For others of you, I would not be surprised if you start dreaming about your ancestors, and at first it scares the daylights out of you. And it could be people in your dreams making you afraid, and that, heightens what you're feeling. But that's what I'm feeling. Like there is a lot of activation that's happening for a lot of you. This is spiritual activation that's about to take place, and it may happen so spontaneously that it feels like it's coming out of nowhere, but it is something that you prayed for, okay? All right, Spirit, can we get a couple of cards from the ancestors, please? Ancestors, any messages you have for us, the collective, from October 26th, November 1st? Anything we need to know, hear, understand, acknowledge? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so we have Creature of Earth, take charge. We have the Twins, conscious connections, not even surprised. Bottom deck energy is creature of water, creative expression. Okay, this is this is the second time you got expression. So hold on a second. Okay, so you gotten creative expression. You got birth and creations, tapestry of life expression here, right? So something about the way you express yourself is about to change. For some of you, you are going to be expressing yourself through creation. I'm also hearing, I don't know if some of you in here have watched the movie Soul, the Disney movie. I think it's Disney or Pixar. I can't remember. But it's like this, almost like this magical feeling when you tap into like your thing. That's what I want to call it, right? And you tap into something that is beyond yourself. I actually recently saw a video of this young Japanese woman who was playing, I think you say Chopin. She was playing a particular piece on the piano, like live in front of an audience, and she started to like tear up, and it was almost like she could feel like the music was transcendent beyond just her putting her fingers to keys and letting that sound come out. It was almost like she felt that sound itself. So for some of you, you may be tapping into that. You may have even asked for this, to tap into that part of you that is so connected to your consciousness, that thing in you that only you can do. Not saying other people can't do it, but the way you do it is the only way that it can be done for you. Okay, now let's start with these cards, because you got a lot of energy on the table. Your first card is Creature of Earth, take charge. So for some of you, this is about you taking charge of your own life. This is about you putting yourself in the driver's seat. For others of you, I am also hearing that there is there is something slowly moving toward you. And it's almost like this is your time to be prepared for this thing that's coming toward you. So imagine if let's say you started a business, right, and it hasn't been going the way you anticipated that it would go. Spirit is saying that there is something specific, like, I don't want to say heavy, but it feels massive. Whatever this is that's coming in toward you, it feels very massive. And it's almost like, you know what it reminds me of? You know how when they run those, I think they call them like relay races, where, one person runs one leg and then somebody runs the other leg and they pass the baton. That's what this feels like. It feels like there's a baton passing to you. This feels ancestral, right? It feels like something unconscious, like, so it's not physical. This is something unconscious, like ancestral wise, the baton is being passed off to you. And it's almost like the ancestors feels like you're in the space now where you can take charge, where you can lead this. Okay. So for those of you where you're not quite resonating with that message, this is about your job. You may come into a role of leadership where you have to take charge and oversee some things. I also want to say that for those of you who will be in a place where you have to take charge, whether this is spiritually or physically or financially, you will have backing. You will have someone who is around you, who is helping you kind of, I want to say, balance or help you when you first start off. They're not going to be there the whole time in like a holding hand kind of aspect, but they will be there as a way for you to like bounce ideas off of. And now this is not, for those of you where this is conscious, this is not going to be a physical person. It doesn't feel like, to me, this feels more spiritual. For others of you, this may be somebody that you admire, who kind of holds your hand a little bit. Also, I'm getting this message that some of you may be getting ready to come into an inheritance that you knew nothing about. You may be getting ready to come into some money, or an estate or something that you are going to oversee. And it's because it is time for you to be the person who oversees this particular thing. Okay. Then we have the twins here. So it says conscious connections. So for some of you, this feels like, to me, first of all, you could be a twin. For others of you, you could be carrying twins. So keep that in mind. For the, I don't want to say the rest, but for some of you in this pile, you are connecting to, it's going to sound weird, but the version that maybe the easiest way to say this is you're connecting to your higher self. You are connecting to a mirror image of yourself. But the difference in these mirror images is the energy is very different, right? Subconsciously, because you have moved almost, I'm hearing moving on up to the east side is what I'm hearing. So for some of you, you may have prayed, you may have been reaching out to your higher self and your higher consciousness, and your higher consciousness is responding. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. There is a mirroring that's about to happen. So for some of you, you may be going through a quantum jump. You may feel like you completely jump timelines. Things may really start to work out in your favor because you have moved to a different timeline. There's something about your consciousness that is shifting. And especially because we got spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So you're integrating with a higher version of yourself, right? So for some of you, this is like the message that I'm hearing, or the word that I'm hearing, is mirroring, right? You are about to mirror your higher self, and it's definitely something that you pray for, something that you ask. And I think that's why Spirit is telling us to not be afraid of the unknown, because it may happen so suddenly that you're like, oh crap, what is this, right? And I keep getting this door slamming in my face kind of thing. So for some of you, you may have felt door slamming your face. They are now about to open for you. I will also say that when this mirroring starts to happen and you tap into this other deeper consciousness, this deeper understanding or higher consciousness, understanding of yourself, don't be afraid, right? Go with the flow, right? I'm hearing like, let it flow, let it go, right? Go with the flow of whatever this is, so that you can be more in tune and actually live out and be a living prayer, and walk into the prayers that you've asked for. Okay. Then we have creature of water, creative expression. So for some of you, I am hearing that your creative expression, like the way you express yourself, is about to change. I don't know specifically what this is. This could be like some creative endeavor that you're doing. It could be a book that you're writing. It could be the way that you sing. It could be the way that you talk to people. You may notice that the way you express yourself starts to change. It is starting to shift. For some of you, you may see yourself in a whole new different light, because it's almost like, I'm hearing this, your representative is about to take a back seat and the full you is about to come forward. So there may be some people who are not necessarily comfortable with the you that you've become, or this new version of yourself, because maybe they're used to you being a certain way, and you may have been like that for so long. that people may start to tell you things like, oh, you've changed, you're not who I thought you were, or you're not who you used to be. And that's a good thing. I'm telling you now, because I know, like, when it happens, it always makes us feel weird, or a lot of times it can make us feel weird. Spirit is saying you are exactly who you're meant to be. You are the queen of your castle. You are the king of your castle. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And this newer version of you, only those who truly appreciate you and can truly see you for who you are meant to be in your life, which is why your circle may start to get smaller. For a while, it may just be you and your higher consciousness, right? And it's because, there are a lot of things that have to be wiped out of your life, right? Because the unknown could be a lot. The unknown could be that you're no longer in a place where you are dealing with certain people. And I just realized this says self-worth. You may be in a situation where you're no longer dealing with the same people anymore. And it's like, oh crap, I'm going out on my own. For some of you, you could be leaving your family home. You could be walking away from expectations, and it just feels like you're going off into something that is completely different, but you are on the right path. Okay. I do want to say this before I shuffle. I saw the assassin card in my mind's eye when I pulled this out. Don't know if it'll come out, but just wanted to put that out there. Okay. Spirit, can you give us any additional messages that we need to know for the week of October 26th? We have the alchemist, balance, invention, and destruction. Yeah, for some of you, there's a lot of, and I don't want to scare you, but there is a lot of destruction that may be happening where you are letting go of the past and opening your heart to the new. Okay. But it's crazy because you created this, you alchemize this, you pray for this, you have fasted, whatever it is that you've done it. And it may scare you because sometimes in order to get to one place, the place you're in has to be destroyed. Not always, but in this case, it feels like it is a complete destruction of what you know, and you are moving into something completely different, and it may be a little bit scary, okay? But it will balance itself out, okay? It may feel tumultuous in the beginning, but it will balance itself out. Okay, we have the walker. It said, wow, the unknown, a journey. Spirit is definitely coming in to confirm what we've been, the message that I got in the beginning, right? Don't be afraid of the unknown. It is a journey, right? It is not necessarily something that you're used to, but it is meant to happen. Also, you may see the number 3. You may see hawks, I'm hearing. And weirdly enough, I'm also hearing that you may start to see doves around the time this starts to happen, okay? Then we have the sailor. It says new influences, wanderlust. Yes, there's a lot of newness that's coming into your life. There's a lot of newness that's happening, but sometimes there has to be destruction. There is like, think of like the tower card and then the star card that follows, right? There is destruction, but then you are quote unquote like bathed in newness, right? And you're moving into something that is infinitely more powerful than you've known. Okay, let's get you some cards from this deck. Okay, we have celebration. It says kick off the party activities and have a great time. Yes, Spirit is telling you to celebrate this newness that's coming into your life. It's coming in for a reason. There's a reason why you're feeling this. There is going to be a time for celebration. Now, in the beginning, it may not feel like that. And I'm also hearing, and I was wondering why I kept hearing this song in the beginning before I turned on the camera. Don't wait till the battle is over to shout now, because in the end, you know you're going to win. For some of you, Spirit is asking you to do a pre-celebration of what is coming into your life, right? Pop a bottle of champagne if that's your thing. The Spirit is saying celebrate this newness that's coming into your life. Okay, we have wellness. It says ensure your body is nourished, join the gym, and regain strength. So for some of you, this is about you physically taking care of your well-being and your health. For others of you, this is about you taking care of your spiritual body as well as your physical body, because a lot of people don't realize they go hand in hand. And you may be exhausted, you may be tired. Spirit is saying to take care of yourself, live a healthier lifestyle. For those of you where this is just about your spiritual being, I would definitely say take some time to do some cleansing, whether it be of your house, your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit around the new moon. It may be very helpful to do some wellness, maybe even fasting if you feel called to do so. Then we have resources. It says be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. So for some of you, I got this message a while back too. And we talked about, the, like, you may have prayed for $1 million and then you thought it was going to come through the lottery, but it came another way, right? Spirit is saying, be grateful for the way it comes to you. Be grateful for the resources, but also save for the future. For some of you, you're about to come into some money, and Spirit is saying, don't spend it all in one place. That's what I'm hearing. Don't spend it all in one place. Save for the future. Because I'm hearing like something is coming, something that you're not prepared for, and Spirit is trying to warn you now. Okay, let's get you a couple of cards from this deck. Spirit, any messages from the dream home fortune telling? Okay. Any messages we need to hear? Thank you. We have clock. Ticks, decisions. It says the countdown urges, choose wisely before the week ends. Wow. So some of you may have a decision that you need to make. Spirit is cautioning you and asking you to choose wisely. Then we have the candlestick, ritual. Yes, centering, focus. Start the rhythm with a ritual, and focus will carry you through. So for some of you, the message I was getting about cleansing your energy, it's coming through again right now, right? With this ritual, this centering and focus, Spirit definitely wants you to center your energy and get more focus on what it is that you actually want and what you want to do. But for some of you, there's definitely a decision that you need to make. There is a decision that you need to make, and I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but there is a decision that you need to make. And something about it feels urgent. It feels like you need to do it this week. We have home gym. It says push pain breakthrough. A nudge through pain growth comes when you're forced to move. So for some of you, you may be forced to do something, like this unknown thing that's been coming through, right? This message about the unknown that's coming through. You may be forced to take on this new path, even if you don't believe you're ready. Because sometimes even we don't believe we're ready, we are. And Spirit has to almost push us a little bit so that we can see it. Okay, let's get you some final cards. Let's see. I want to pull from the money deck first. Let's see. Spirit, any messages for us for the week of October 26th to November 1st? Anything that needs to be honored, heard, said, acknowledged? We have helper. Wow. And I was talking about you're going to have that help. It says, think before you offer help and set healthy time boundaries. Look into jobs like cashier, sales, or call center roles where you can assist others. Make sure your goals align with your own desire, not others. So for some of you, you're going to be put in a place where you will have the opportunity to help others. But Spirit is saying, don't forget your own mission. Don't forget, like, think about it this way. If you were a tarot reader, right, and you love helping other people, Spirit is saying also don't forget yourself, right? Don't forget, that the first step to love is to love yourself. And Spirit is saying there's nothing wrong with helping others, but make sure that you have boundaries. Make sure that you keep space in between there. Okay. We have change. It says a change for the better is headed your way. Embrace it. Not seeing movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes you must embody the change you want to see. So to me, this is just confirmation about not being afraid of the unknown, right? Embracing it, because change is imminent. It is not something that you can stop. It's not something that you can hold off on. It is coming toward you. You just have to brace yourself and embody for some of you, this is about embodying the change you want to see. Because remember, we had the celebration card first. Spirit is saying celebrate now. Celebrate the changes that are coming into your life. Because then I'm also hearing, then it won't feel so much like the unknown. Okay. Bottom deck energy is retail. It says if you have an idea in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for it. Consider careers in retail or e-commerce, whether in goods or services. Save time, energy, and create passive income by moving your business online. So for some of you, you have a business idea that you want to start. Spirit is giving you the green light to absolutely do so. For some of you, part of starting this business is the unknown. And that's what you're afraid of. Like, it's like, I've never done this before. Like, I've seen other people do it, but I've never done this before. Spirit is saying there's a need for whatever it is that you want to do, and you need to be willing to step into the unknown. For some of you, if you're worried about clients, don't be. Spirit is saying your clients are already lined up for you. You just have to be willing to step into the unknown. Put yourself out there. For some of you, if you're doing this physically, maybe it may be a good idea to put your business online. Okay, let's get you some final cards. We have Tower. It says solid foundation, success with effort. Yes. Yes. Spirit is saying that you have a solid foundation and that success is coming to you. Okay. Advice from a friend. Okay. So for some of you, you may be getting advice from a friend who has a dog. There may be some loyalty involved in this as well. Like, you may consider this person very loyal. We have shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So be careful. And I think this is also about that boundaries that we got up here. Be careful and make sure that you have boundaries in your business. You may want to help everybody and look out for everybody, but just make sure that you have a little bit more balance and a little bit more, I want to say self-control, so to speak. You don't have to help everybody. There's nothing wrong with helping people, but you have to help yourself first. What do they tell you on the plane? Make sure you put your mask on first, okay? Then we have angel. It says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Spirit is coming in to tell you that you have, the angels are around you to protect you. They are going to keep you from harm. They are going to keep you safe. That's what they are there for. Spirit is saying if you're worried about moving forward because you're afraid that you won't be protected or that you'll be put in a situation where you're not quite sure how this is going to pan out, Spirit is saying don't be. There's protection all around you. But not only is there protection, keep this in mind, not only is there protection, but there is also success, right? You got solid foundation, success with effort. Spirit is telling you that success is there, right? It is in your aura. It is you. It's unavoidable is also what I'm hearing. So Spirit is saying understand and believe that this success is powerful. Embody the change that you want to see. If you want to be successful, embody the energy of success, and it'll come to you. Okay, so collective, this is all of the messages that I have for you. I implore you to, as Spirit say, to not fear the unknown. Understand that it is your time. It is meant for you to be exactly where you are in this space in your life. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me all the way to the end, and I will see you next time in our next one. Bye.